Yes, Sunny,
Ma'am,
Vanita having a word.
will you please repeat it or revise the topic, because 20 minutes are left there. At least
Okay,
for a 10 minutes, you just revise that.
okay, 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 ma'am. Okay, chalo, let us just recollect it again. See, first we will discuss about the connective tissues. What are connective tissues? The tissues which helps in connecting the different organs of our body. They are known as connective tissue. The first and the most important connective tissue is the blood. It is also known as liquid connective tissue. It contains RBCs, WBCs, plasma, and lymphocytes. It helps in transportation of nutrients as well as the waste material, the gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen, and it also prevents the drying of our organs, okay, vital organs. The lymphocytes that are present in blood, or the WBCs, they also serves as the fighter cells and protects us from the infection. Then we have lymph. Lymph is similar to blood. Only difference is that lymph does not contain RBC. It contains WBC and plasma. Lymph surrounds all the organs of our body, and it is present in the lymph node. Main function of lymph is fighting against the infection. So it is protective in nature. It prevents the infection to our body. Third type of connective tissue is areolar tissue. Areolar tissues are found underlying our internal organs. They provide support and elasticity to the internal vital organs. Then we have the adipose tissue, which are also known as fatty tissue. This adipose tissue are made up of special kind of cells which stores fats inside it. Okay, and it forms the layer, especially in our waist region, under our arms and all. Then it helps in providing lubrication, as well as it acts as an insulator during the winters. Then you have the cartilage, which is solid connective tissue. This is also made up of fibers and chondrocytes. Where is it present? It is located in between the joints. Okay, so that it avoids the friction of the bones at the joint. It is present at the nose tip and the ear pinna, giving the particular shape of our nose or the ear pinna. Then you have bones, which are made up of calcium phosphate and osteocytes. These are the supportive framework of our body. It gives shape to our body, as well as it protects the vital organs inside our body. Like, see, for example, our brain is protected under our skull. Our lungs are protected under the rib cage. Okay, our bone marrow is protected inside the long bones of our hands and our legs. So it provides protection to the vital organ. Whereas the last are tendons and ligaments. Tendons are made up of white fibers which connects muscles to the bones, whereas ligaments are made up of elastin fibers which are connecting bone to the bone. Okay, so at the joint, we find tendons and ligaments. Then we have talked about the movements. The different types of movements that we see around our walking, playing, dancing. Then inside our body, movement of our heart, pumping of our heart, and movement of the digestive tract. We all know that playing, walking, all these movements are control of our wheel, are under the control of our wheel. Hence, they are also known as voluntary movement. Whereas movement of the heart is not under the control of our wheel. Similarly, movement of digestive tract is also not under our control. Hence, they are also known as involuntary movement. Who brings about this movement? Movement is possible because of a specialized tissue in our body known as muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is made up of specialized protein, which are also known as contractile protein. Contractile proteins are made up of two fibers, actin and myosin. Movement of this actin and myosin fiber brings about the movements of our muscles. Okay. They are composed of muscle fiber, which are long, large. It is made up of contractile protein, also known as actin and myosin. It has a property of contraction and relaxation. Based on the location and structure and function of these muscles, they are classified into three categories. First is the striated muscle, which looks like this. Second is the smooth muscles, which look like this, and the cardiac muscles, which look like this. Now let us see each one of this in detail. First, striated muscles. Now, if we observe this image carefully, the shape of cardiac muscle is pipe-like. So we say it is cylindrical. We can see light and dark color bands on this cylindrical structure, which we say as they are striated muscles. As they are showing bands, we say them as striated muscles. It has the peripheral nucleus on it. And there are many nucleus. So they are called as multinucleated. So remember, striated muscle cells are long, they are cylindrical in shape, they are multinucleated, they have no branches, they show presence of alternate dark and light bands, and they are attached to the bones. Hence, they are also known as skeletal muscles. Movement of the striated muscles are under our control. It can be controlled by us. Hence, they are called voluntary muscles. Location of the striated muscle, they are present in our entire body around our skeleton. Hence, they are also known as skeletal muscles. Function of the striated muscles, they helps us in carrying out different movements of our arms and legs. It helps us in walking, running, dancing, speaking, etc. Second is the smooth muscles. Smooth muscle fibers are spindle shaped, meaning they are broad at the center and tapering towards both the ends. This is known as spindle fiber. They shows centrally placed single nuclei Hence, it is also known as uninucleated. Now see, the shape, they are short, they are spindle shaped, uninucleated, and unbranched. They do not show dark and light bands. They are not attached to the bones, but are found in the internal visceral organs. Movement of these smooth muscles are not under control of our will. Hence, they are also called involuntary movements. Why involuntary? Because movement is not under our control. It is controlled by the brain and the hormones. Talking about location of these smooth muscles, they are found in the wall of blood vessels, digestive tract, reproductive tract, urinary bladder, and iris of the eyes, or even the eyelids of the eyes. Now, they are present in the blood vessels and help in contraction and relaxation of the blood vessels. They are present in the alimentary canal, hence helps in the movement of the food in the digestive tract. They are present in the eyelid and helps in blinking of our eyes. They are present in the uterus and helps in contraction of the uterus. Last, third type of muscle is the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscles are also short, but they are joined to each other by the intercalated disc. They show many nucleus, hence they are also known as multinucleated. They are cylindrical, uninucleated, and branched. They shows dark and light bands as in case of striated muscles. They are found only in the heart wall. Now, the movement of this cardiac muscle is also not under our control. Hence, it is also known as involuntary muscles. But it shows rhythmic contraction and relaxation, that is rhythmic movement. As you can see in this GIF, the rhythmic movement of the heart of contraction and relaxation. That is the major function of cardiac muscle, contraction and relaxation. So let us quickly recap. We have studied about the striated muscle fibers, which are long, cylindrical, unbranched, multinucleated. They shows presence of light and dark bands. Hence, they are called as striated muscles. They are attached to the skeleton of our body and it helps in movement of our hands, legs, running, talking. All these movements which are carried under our control. Hence, these muscles are also called voluntary muscles. Next is smooth muscles. Smooth muscles are short, spindle shaped, and uninucleated. They are found in the inner lining of digestive tract, digestive tract, reproductive tract or the reproductive system, eyelids, and the blood vessels. So, in eyes, it helps in opening and closing of our eyes, blinking of our eyes. In digestive tract, it helps in movement of food in the alimentary canal. In blood vessels, it helps in contraction and relaxation of the blood vessels for circulation of the blood. And in the reproductive system, it helps in contraction of uterus. All these movements, except the opening and closing of our eyes, is not under our control of our will. Hence, they are also called as involuntary muscles. And the third type is the cardiac muscles. Now, the cardiac muscles are cylindrical, branched, and uninucleated. They are present in the wall of our heart. They show dark and light bands. It shows rhythmic contraction and relaxation, which is not under control of our will. Hence, cardiac muscles are also known as involuntary muscles. It controls the movement of heart. That's it for today. Please take a screenshot of this and complete it as your assignment. Write the answers of this question. Thank you, students, for listening to the lecture quietly. Thank you once again. Yes, ma'am, done with it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, students. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, Vandana.